Hello. This video is for anyone with their sun or ascendant in Capricorn. In recent weeks, dear Capricorns, you've likely been experiencing a state of deep, quiet inner exhaustion. You are used to taking on the maximum weight of responsibility, being the ultimate pillar of support for your family and work, and pulling through any crisis through ironclad discipline and self-control. You are the architects of your own lives, accustomed to relying solely on hard facts and your own labor. Lately, however, you may have felt how this burden is beginning to press down on your very foundation. Trying to oversee every work process while simultaneously maintaining order at home leads to rigid physical tension, and the feeling that your life has turned into an endless list of debts and obligations. You are completely fine. It's just that the old survival strategy of harsh self-control and suppressing your feelings has run its course. A Capricorn's true strength doesn't lie in carrying everything alone, but in knowing how to redistribute burdens in time and protect your inner world. The good news is that September of 2026 offers you a unique opportunity to rebuild your life system and solidify your core status. In the first 10 days of the month, a strong Mercury in your 9th house and the new moon on the 11th of September at 18 degrees Virgo will open up a grand strategic horizon for you. Uranus turning retrograde on the 10th of September in your 6th house will force a review of your daily workload, while Mercury entering your 10th house of career on the same day restores your high-level negotiation power. The climax of the month will be the full moon on the 26th of September at 4 degrees Aries, in your 4th house of home and family, after which Mars enters your 8th house of deep financial and inner transformations on the 28th of September. Let's break down step by step how Capricorn can navigate September in the best possible way. At the very end of the video, a short neuro-alignment practice awaits you to help declutter your mind and smoothly navigate all the challenging days of September. Make sure to listen until the end, but now let's dive into the forecast, starting with personal strategy and finances. The first 10 days of the month are a golden window for strategic planning, expansion, and legal affairs. While Mercury travels through Virgo in your 9th house and the new moon forms there at 18 degrees on the 11th of September, you'll be able to see the big picture of your life from a bird's eye view. This is an ideal period for launching large-scale projects, processing key documents, or resolving matters involving higher education or international partners. However, major shifts take place on the 10th of September. Uranus halts and turns retrograde at 5 degrees Gemini in your 6th house of work, health, and daily duties. At this point, Uranus joins for other outer planets already in retrograde, meaning all 5 collective giants are slowing down external processes simultaneously. On the same day, Mercury enters Libra, taking the peak of your chart in the 10th house of career and status, while Venus enters Scorpio, setting up residence in your 11th house of friends, allies, and long-term vision. From the 10th of September, Uranus retrograde in your 6th house demands an overhaul of your habitual working rhythms. Old organizational methods may glitch, calling for more flexible modern technology. Mercury moving into the 10th house gives you direct access to top management and key clients, while Venus in the 11th house draws the support of influential, like-minded allies to your side. On the 16th and 17th of September, Mars in your 7th house of partnerships forms a precise, harmonious trine to your ruling planet, Saturn, as it retrogrades through your 4th house. These are days of immense practical leverage. You can lock in foundational, long-term agreements with business partners or settle major property and family matters. On the 18th of September, as Mercury from your 10th house forms a strict opposition to Saturn in your 4th house, you'll face a challenging choice between professional duty and household obligations. You might feel heavy pressure from upper management or, conversely, run into domestic issues requiring immediate attention. On the 18th of September, do not give in to emotions or try to force things through sheer willpower. Your primary weapon is strict time management, cold calculation, and razor-sharp prioritization. On the 28th of September, Mars enters Leo, your 8th house of major capital, investments, and deep transformation. This marks a time of active management over serious financial flows, clearing debts, and working with joint resources. Now let's examine how these planetary shifts will impact your personal life and overall interactions with others. From the 10th of September, when Venus enters Scorpio in your 11th house of social circles, your inner network will become more selective, yet incredibly reliable. You won't just be looking for pleasant conversationalists, but true allies ready to stand by you for the long haul. In personal relationships up until the 28th of September, Mars in your 7th house could stir up emotional volatility or high demands from your partner. It's crucial not to retreat into your usual defensive shell or cold emotional detachment. On the 10th and 18th of September, avoid an authoritarian tone. Attempting to dictate terms to loved ones without considering their feelings will only lead to a drawn-out standoff. The month's climax arrives on the 26th of September with the full moon at 4 degrees Aries. It takes place in your 4th house, the sector of family, roots, home, real estate, and personal boundaries. This is the emotional peak of the month. The full moon will illuminate issues that have been building up under your roof or in relationships with elder relatives. You might finalize a home renovation, relocation, real estate transaction, or have a crucial conversation about delegating domestic duties. The golden rule for Capricorn on the 26th of September is: give yourself permission to show human vulnerability and don't be afraid to ask loved ones for help. How can you move through September's transits feeling replenished and active? Let me share an analysis of your physical vitality and psychosomatics. For Capricorn's resilient yet joint tension-prone nature, September of 2026 places specific demands on the spine, knees, joints, and skeletal system as a whole. In the first half of the month, while Mars activates your partnership sector and retrograde Saturn resides in your 4th house, the massive weight of responsibility you carry can manifest as lower back pain, neck tension, knee stiffness, or frequent tension headaches. In somatic psychology, the bones and spine are directly tied to inner support and the feeling that everything rests solely on my shoulders. On the 18th of September, during the Mercury-Saturn opposition, it is vital to reduce physical exertion, protect your joints, and avoid getting chilled. The best way to preserve your reserves this month is systematic body care. Osteopathy, gentle back massages, swimming, taking joint supplement complexes, and taking conscious breaks throughout the workday. Around the full moon on the 26th of September, slow your pace, get proper sleep, and relieve your physical body from heavy labor. Let me assemble the map of your September into a single clear action plan to remove mental noise and organize everything neatly. Until the 10th and 11th of September, build a long-term strategy and resolve legal matters under a strong Mercury and the new moon in the 9th house. The 10th of September, deploy diplomacy in your career with Mercury in the 10th house, overhaul daily routines under retrograde Uranus, and rely on loyal allies with Venus in Scorpio. The 16th, 17th, and 18th of September, lock in partner agreements during the Mars-Saturn trine, and strike a firm balance between work and home during the Mercury-Saturn opposition on the 18th of September. The 26th of September, Bring order to family matters and real estate while strengthening your personal foundation during the full moon in the 4th house. The 28th of September. Step into managing serious financial assets as Mars enters the 8th house. Mental focus of the month. Redirect your energy away from carrying every single burden yourself toward building a sensible balance, learning to delegate, and protecting your home hearth. Now that you know what to expect from September, let's tune our mindset and internal state for a fantastic month ahead. By the way, if you know your ascendant sign in addition to your sun sign, I recommend watching both forecasts to combine them for a complete picture of the month. You can find videos for all zodiac signs on the channel. However, raw information about dates and transits alone doesn't automatically change our habitual reactions. Still, we create our future moment by moment, and being aware of the astrological landscape gives us the tools to navigate it gracefully. Let me invite you to take the first step right now. Write your personal manifesto phrase for Capricorn in the comments below. I release the weight that isn't mine and rely on my true strength. Like this video and subscribe to the channel if you resonate with our approach. Now let's transition into our integrative neuroalignment practice. It is designed using neurolinguistic principles so that your brain deeply relaxes your body, sheds mental noise, and shifts into a calm, clear-headed observer state. If you are currently driving, walking outside, working out, or doing household chores, there is no need to stop, close your eyes, or put your tasks on hold. This session is crafted to work directly with your subconscious mind, even as background listening. Your brain will capture the necessary mental keys and begin releasing physical tension. Simply keep moving, let my voice play in the background, and be sure to listen through to the end to solidify your inner foundation for all of September. Ready? Let's begin. Take a slightly deeper breath in, and a smooth, gentle exhale out. You don't need to try hard to relax. Just feel the sensation of your clothing against your skin. Notice the weight of your shoulders. Feel the ground supporting your feet if you are standing or walking, or the support behind your back if you are seated. Your body is doing an incredible job right now, keeping you balanced in an ever-changing world. Allow your face to soften. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders drop half a centimeter lower. Simply breathe out any built-up tension. No matter what happens around you this month, whatever planetary transits, emotional storms, or external demands come your way, there is a space of absolute quiet inside you. It is your breath. It is the steady beat of your heart. It is your ability to simply observe. You are not your anxious thoughts. You are the observer who notices those thoughts and watches them drift by like clouds. With every inhale, you reclaim your composure. With every exhale, you let go of other people's expectations and chaos. You have handled challenges before. You will absolutely navigate this moment too. Your body knows how to be strong. Your mind knows how to remain clear. Just breathe and keep moving forward. To engage in deeper, focused therapeutic work, fully release accumulated stress, and reset any challenging aspects of this month at a somatic level, click the link in the video description. There you will find the complete 10-minute deep immersion session. I recommend listening to it whenever you need to regain composure and clarity on tough days. Subscribe to the channel and save the link for quick access. Take care of your energy and see you in the next videos.